Hi, my name is Pathman, Senathirajah, and I've been an entrepreneur for the past 16 years of my life, and I've successfully built a business in the industry of network marketing. And I'm making this video independently to anyone out there who's willing to watch, like the person watching right now, you, and explain why network marketing works and why should somebody at any point of their life, coming from any environment or any background, choose this industry called network marketing. Now, I come from a traditional background. I'm a Malaysian. I grew up pretty much like everyone else. I grew up in a very small town up north of Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, a town called Teluk Intan, or in English translation, it would mean Diamond Bay. And I grew up to a single parent because I lost my father when I was extremely young, at the age of 3. And my mother brought us up. I lost my mother a few years ago, God bless her soul. And she brought us up with very little, right? She was a government school teacher with barely enough money to pay the bills every month. And she brought us up, and with her strength, all right, we had a great life growing up. And she managed to put me and my 2 brothers through school, and we managed to also get degrees. And I graduated out of law school as a lawyer. And I learned a lot of things growing up in a small town. And I realized a lot of things after graduating, the realities of life. And what I'm about to share with you for the next 10-12 minutes max, so I hope you don't get bored watching this video, all right? I want to share with you my realizations and the realities that hit me really hard at a very young age. Now, each one of you most probably have a similar story to me. Not all of us were lucky enough to be born with a silver spoon in our mouths, or parents who made it big and we inherited everything. Can you imagine the kids of the Facebook founders and the Google founders and Apple founders? They have it easy. But my dad, he wasn't a founder of anything. But today I realize that the key to success in life is the decisions we make along our journey of life. And when I was young, I realized one fundamental truth. I realized that there are some people who are rich and others who are poor. And I saw this every day in my town, my family, and I'm sure you have the same stories to share. I had one wealthy uncle, while everyone else was just at the stage of survival and paying bills. And I tried to identify at a young age what did they do differently. And I realized that each one of them, every person I knew personally, made different decisions at different times of their lives, which crafted the journey ahead, right, from where they were. At the age of 23, after graduating from law school, I applied for a job. Now, I spent a lot of money, worked really hard in jobs which I am not extremely proud of. I worked as a waiter, as a driver, a chauffeur, all right. I did everything possible to pay myself through law school. And then when I graduated, I was waiting for this waterfall of cash to flow down, all right, from my first job. And I realized that my first job, by Malaysian standards, I was paid the bare minimum, all right. And wherever you are watching this video from, whichever country you're coming from, you understand this, that when we graduate, we don't get $1 million a year. We don't get the salaries that you read about in the newspapers of CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. You get peanuts. You don't even get enough money to have a decent, normal, standard lifestyle. And when I graduated from law school, that reality hit me really hard because I'm a lawyer, all right? I was under the impression or belief that with a law degree, I would be somebody, that I would make some serious money at a young age. But then I realized that that was not the truth. And I looked around me and I saw so much frustration in everyone who graduated from whichever law school or degree or engineering or even medical science. And I realized that the world has become a very unfair place. That the world today is not what was told to me when I was a kid. I realized that money makes the world go around. Whether we want to accept this or whether you want to accept this or not, that is the truth. That today everything around us, from our lifestyle to children's education, to the home you live, to the safety of your children, depending on which neighborhood you buy a home, or the safety of your wife and kids in what car they drive, everything boils down to your financial standing in society. Now I realized that, thank God, at a very young age, when I was about 22, 23, and I made a decision to change. Now I don't want this video to be a preaching session where I tell you how screwed up your life is, but I want to point out some facts, maybe hopefully to give you the realization I had when I was 22, 23. All right? Let's face the fact that if you're watching this video right now, you're not happy where you are. All right? And almost everyone we know personally are either broke, on the way to being broke, or in debt. All right? And that's the reality. That today, with the success I have, I still see people around me, all right, living that pathetic existence and refusing to change, even when I offer them a great opportunity. Now, at the age of 22, I met a gentleman by the name of Vijay Ishwar, who is my introducer or referrer into the industry of network marketing. And when I met him, he shared with me not so much about how it works and what happens. He shared with me his realizations and his journey, which woke me up. And I hope that the next few minutes will wake you up, all right? And I'm going to share a few stories with you. Firstly, I don't have a crystal ball. Neither can I predict the future. But I can predict almost everyone's life journey. You're born, all right? Wherever you're born, whichever country or nationality or your parents are not your choice, okay? You can call it the master plan decides. You're born, you have a good childhood or a bad childhood. These are the two options the world provides to us. And then you start the journey of education, where everyone would tell you to study hard. There is no parent, there's nobody on the planet who's going to tell you don't study hard. And the purpose of them telling you to study hard is basically for you to have a more secure future, because there is this perceived belief, reality or not, in any society, may it be Asian, European, American, Middle Eastern, African, or Russian, that you should study hard, get a degree of repute, and then get a good job and pray that you get a good salary and live life. So if I were to chart out your life journey, you're born, you went to school, you went to high school, you got a degree, you got a job, and then you go to work and you come back home and you repeat this cycle for 40 years. And the end of 40 years, you retire almost broke, most probably owning one home, which is most probably, in the bank for the second mortgage. And then after 10 years, when you grow older, you pray that your children look after you. And if that's not possible, you end up in what we call a retirement home, or in Asia called the old folks home, or in America they have renamed it as retirement communities or senior citizen fantasy land or whatever they call it, okay? And then you die, and your only memory is going to be that you spent 30 to 35 years of your life going to work and coming back home, doing the same repetitious, mundane action to the point that you don't even have to drive. Your subconscious mind takes you to your office automatically, all right? And that's the journey of the majority of people in the world. Now, when I was a kid, nobody told me that was going to be my journey. Everyone painted a different picture and said, if you study hard, you have a good life. Now, in my town, in Teluk Intan, if you've forgotten, or Diamond Bay, there are few rich people. They're either doctors, lawyers, engineers, or the local Chinese businessman who would have a couple of Mercedes parked outside his huge mansion. And I learned from that point that to truly become rich, you have to venture into business. You got to be a businessman or a businesswoman. Then today you hear the stories of the Steve Jobs of the world, the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, and Carlos Slim of the world, or the Oprah Winfreys of the world. You hear all these success stories, but guys, from a percentage point of view, these mega success stories we hear about are like 0.0000000000000, I mean 100 zeros, 0.1% of society. We don't hear enough success stories of entrepreneurs anymore, all right? As much as everyone says get into business and you can be successful, I think the theory stands solid, but the practicalness of it no longer exists, because 86 to 90% of startup businesses collapse and go bankrupt within the first 24 to 36 months. And those who survive barely survive, that they have cash flow but no profits. So I started to lose faith in the philosophy of traditional entrepreneurship, because I realized that there were too many factors surrounding it that would dictate my success. May it be economic conditions, governmental restrictions, the local goon or thug down the street who's going to come and knock on your window when you're successful and ask for his piece of his pie, of your pie, okay? And I started to realize that traditional entrepreneurship costs lots of money. In Asia, where I come from, you need 50 to 100,000 US dollars to start a small restaurant. I mean a small mom and pop shop restaurant. I'm not talking about a franchise restaurant, I'm not talking about an Italian luxury restaurant, I'm talking about the most simple, simplistic eatery. Costs you 50 to 100,000 US to set up, all right? And before you know it, next week there's another franchise. There's going to be a franchise coming next door, all right, and taking all your business away from you. The corporate giants will always squash the small people. So I realized that I needed to find a concept of entrepreneurship, all right, which I could succeed with very little risk, and I don't have to, you know, mortgage my home or sell my kidney to be able to afford to start this venture. And 16 years ago, this gentleman, Vijay Ishwar, introduced me to the philosophy and concept of network marketing. Now, when I first heard it, I was a bit reluctant, to be honest, because I am a law graduate. In Asian society, that's quite respected. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I think reasonably lawyers would be still held in high esteem. Not most of the time, but sometimes, okay? And he introduced me to the concept of network marketing, and I took some time to understand it, all right? Now, network marketing today in the world, all right, whether you call it direct sales, network marketing, or multi-level marketing, has built its own reputation, good and bad. For every 10 good things you hear about network marketing, you're going to hear 10 horrible things about network marketing. But to be honest, guys, all right, that applies to every single industry in the world. All right, whether you talk about restaurants, telco, petrol and oil and gas, all right, the automobile industry, whatever industry. Today, people are saying that IT companies, the bubble is going to pop. Don't ever invest in an IT company, all right? And this will go on for years to come. Every industry has the yay and the naysayers, all right? And I wasn't too bothered about that because I'm educated, all right? And I knew how to do my own research and understand whether this industry works. So let me tell you some things I found out. Firstly, I realized that network marketing is huge. It's not as small as I expected it to be. It's huge, all right? A few years ago, all right, their turnover was about 100 billion US dollars. And as I'm making this video, the year before, their turnover was 180 billion US dollars. Now, I'm not a genius, but neither am I a moron. $180 billion means the industry works. Now, there is a lot of talk about this industry working for some people and not working for others. Small percentage are successful, large percentage is not successful. Honestly, that's okay with me, because I think the percentage of success in network marketing still is higher than any form of traditional businesses out there. The only problem with us is we don't have enough knowledge about traditional businesses to understand how many people actually make it or how many people go bankrupt and jump off a bridge after a while. So I ventured into network marketing. And the greatest thing that woke me up in network marketing was, the greatest thing that gave me a wake-up call was the fact that it's a business. I always thought it was about going door to door, knocking, opening the door and saying, hello, hi ma'am, would you like to buy a lipstick or cookies or whatever. I thought it was very much like door to door. But when I ventured into network marketing 16 years ago, I realized that it has today transformed into a highly professional, all right, form of entrepreneurship. I mean, companies are 100% online, all right, selling products that would wow anyone. Okay, I'm mesmerized at the kind of products network marketing companies are selling out there. From nutrition, all right, to general wellness, to energy products, to water purifying systems which look like they came from planet Mars, that high tech, all right, from air purifying systems to home care, health care, everything. And now companies are venturing into vacation packages. They're venturing into resort ownership. Education online today has squeezed its way into this industry of network marketing. So today, network marketing almost has everything for everyone around the planet. So I realized today that network marketing is not selling a certain liquid detergent which could only clean a floor or the ceiling. That we could purchase anything from network marketing companies today. Anything, guys. From cars to lipstick is available in the industry of network marketing. And then I woke up and smelled the coffee and realized that, wow, this means that I can take this concept of network marketing practically to anyone, anywhere in the world. It was a serious, unbelievable wake-up call. And I started to understand this industry a bit better. Now, what was driving me this whole time was the realization that my life was set out to be a pathetic, sad existence if I don't make a change, I don't make a difference. And I realized at that point that I had to be an entrepreneur. All right? And I didn't have the resources nor the knowledge to go into traditional entrepreneurship, as I mentioned earlier. And I decided to venture into network marketing. Of course, the journey didn't kick off as I predicted. Some of the people closest to me became the naysayers and said, Pathman, you're never going to make it. It doesn't work. Right now, I hope they're watching this video and I'm smiling, right? Because I made it, all right? I made it work and I became successful. And the naysayers will always be there, all right? And I started venturing. And the most beautiful thing about network marketing, it didn't require me to learn much. It didn't require me to get another degree or read 25 books or do research till the cows came home. No, it actually required me to unlearn a lot of things. And I think the first few months of my journey in network marketing, I had to unlearn a lot of things. And then it was smooth sailing with a few bumps on the road, which is normal for any concept of entrepreneurship. But these bumps are survivable. All right, traditional bumps in traditional businesses, you go bankrupt. And I started building. And the beauty about network marketing is works within a social logic. That means you basically take your opportunity, take your products, all right? And I don't mean door to door. Hello, ma'am, would you like to buy? Hello, sir. No, I mean, I'm talking, I had meetings in 5-star hotels. I sat in Starbucks and met people. I went to people's homes. They came to my home. We had meetings in some of the best hotels in Malaysia and other countries where I started building. And people came dressed up. I did the opportunity presentation to doctors, to engineers, even to politicians. You understand? And they bought into the concept because it has evolved. It's no longer what we thought it was, door-to-door sales. And then I realized that it allowed me to operate and build my organization within my social structure. That means I didn't have to go to a bus stop and talk to a complete stranger. All right? I basically spoke to the people closest to me, my friends, my closest family. And then what happened, it naturally started to grow. People talking to people, talking to people. Now the reality is, all right, some of them said no, and then some of them said yes. And then those who said yes, some of them bought a product and went home and slept and sang Kumbaya. And some of them activated their entrepreneurial spirit, found their dream, all right, wanted to get out of the rut they were stuck in, and they started to build. And along the journey of building my network marketing business, I realized one thing. I grew as a businessman. Right? I didn't know the difference between debit and credit if my life depended on it. I didn't understand how to balance a checkbook. Right? I didn't understand about taxes, setting up my own corporation. Right? I never traveled anywhere. Remember, I came from a very small town in Malaysia. Today, and I'm not saying this as my bragging rights, but I'm telling you the realities of what it means to be successful in network marketing. Today, I fly around the world. I speak to thousands of people on a regular basis. In a little somewhere at the back of my mind, I've become a little superstar from a small town. You understand? And it's a good feeling because I'm helping people realize what I realized 16 years ago. And this industry today works. With the amount of criticism that's out there, with the amount of challenges this industry faces, network marketing, it is growing at an unbelievable rate, creating wealth and success every country it lands. And today the world has not opened up to network marketing as much as it should. In the next 10 years, the next 15 years, the world will embrace this industry called network marketing. And that's when, all right, we will see the true beauty of this industry. So I'm appealing to each one of you, all right, if you're watching this video, and the title of this video I think is Why Network Marketing, all right, is I want you to consider this option, that you are not destined to work for 35, 40 years of your life and die broke. There is an opportunity, a reasonable opportunity, where you don't have to mortgage your house or sell your kidney to participate. That you buy a few products, all right, and you're in. Then you talk to your circle of influence and pray that they say yes. And if they do, some of them are going to be switched on and some of them are just going to buy the product. It doesn't matter. You keep trucking along. And you got to be driven by an emotion of belief, and you got to be driven by the dreams you had since you were a kid. Because I know everyone out there wants a Ferrari. I know everyone out there wants a dream home. And I know everyone out there wants to give their family the best they can. And this happens through network marketing. But I believe that this is a great industry. And I'm endorsing it because it works. That I'm living proof that a nobody can become a somebody in the industry of network marketing. And as long as you're willing to make some tough choices, all right, or tough decisions, like changing your lifestyle, committing 8 to 15 hours a week, getting a bit of rejection thrown at you, okay, willing to unlearn a lot of things and maybe learn a few new things, attend 1 or 2 great seminars where you hear successful people speak on stage, all right, maybe not Bill Gates, okay, or Carlos Slim or Oprah, but you're going to hear some true life stories, true life success stories, housewives or homemakers who today drive Mercedes and BMW and Ferraris, students who graduated and never work a day of their lives, people who are employed who managed to quit their jobs, all right, and live a life they really want to live and make the choices they want to make. So I'm urging you to not write network marketing off. No matter what you hear, there's always the other side of the coin. I urge you to do some genuine research and look around, hunt around a little bit, and you will find a great, credible network marketing company with a fantastic track record anywhere in the world, all right? And today you have companies which are 100% online, okay, but credible and long staying, and they've been around for like 15, 20 years. And guys, it works. Network marketing works, and I've seen this with my own 2 eyes and experienced it in my own journey for the past 16 years. When I started this journey, I had less than $30 US in my complete total life savings. All right, today I'm financially free because of this industry, because it works if you're willing to pay the price to make it work. And I realize that this industry is going to grow even bigger and stronger the next few years. And today, I make my own choices. Maybe I don't have 3 private jet planes painted pink, all right? But I'm doing okay. I've made more money than I've ever dreamed about. If I stayed in the legal profession, I wouldn't make this money in 10 lifetimes. All right, so this industry works. Find the right company, embrace change. That's what I advise all of you. That network marketing is the future of entrepreneurship. That regardless of race, religion, creed, they don't have prerequisites. Anyone and everyone can participate, work hard, build an organization, and live the life you are meant to live. Live your dreams. So I want to welcome you to the greatest industry called network marketing. No matter what you heard out there, I urge you to listen to the other side. All right? Because there's always another side. And the other side is beautiful. So once again, why network marketing? Because it's the best option for somebody like me and you to have a chance, the possibility, all right, of making our dreams into a reality and living the life we always wanted as an entrepreneur. And that's good enough for me. So welcome to the greatest industry, which allows a nobody to become a somebody. Network marketing.